Good morning. We have about 5 minutes before we're going to start class today. If you're here already, hi, my name is Adrienne. If you'd like to check in, that's really nice so we can see that you're here joining today. If you have 2 blocks, I'm going to repeat this at 10 o'clock, but if you're already here, you have 2 blocks or 2 big books wrapped in a pillowcase with a rubber band around it, or a blanket or 2, a bolster, if you have it, a cushion, anything that's nice and soft. That would be helpful for class. We are going to do an easy flow yin class, similar to the classes that I give at AntwerpYoga on Mondays at, when was that? 12:15, and Thursdays at 12 o'clock. So missing that schedule already, missing you all, and hoping that you're all doing very well. Strange times are upon us. So I'm not going to talk for the next 4 minutes, so go get your stuff if you need to, and if you're already here, you can come and take a nice seated position. I'm going to sit on my blanket. And I'm going to sit in Virasana while I wait for people to come. Hi there. Good morning, everybody. Just waking up? Just waking up. So if you joined us already, come and sit up tall. You can sit either on your knees or you can sit on your hips, cross-legged. Make sure you have something like 2 blocks and some cushions, maybe a bolster and a blanket. I hope that you're all doing very well. It's nice to see that you're all joining. And little hearts are flying up the screen. Oh, little hearts. Oh, I'm hoping there's a little heart and not the angry sign. Good, I'm wearing my Brooklyn t-shirt today in solidarity to all my pals back in Brooklyn. But in solidarity to all the lovely yogis in Antwerp who keep practicing, who practice at home. So practicing at home on your own is really very, very good. Very good to do all the time. Of course, we love to come to class. We love to see the people in the class and feel the energy of the class around us, which is very nice. When I see you check in, I feel that energy that you're here. That's really nice. And yeah, we miss that group energy, of course. But we'll get back to it. I'm really sure we'll get back to it, and we'll be stronger and healthier and more aware than ever before. Because now we're learning about how to really take care of ourselves, to take care of our environment, to take care of other people at a good social distance. Aha, there are my gongs, which means it's 10 o'clock. Good. So if you just joined us, please come to a seated position, either on your knees or sitting on your sit bones with your ankles crossed. Share once again. And you can bring your hands on your knees or in your lap. I hope that you have 2 blocks or 2 books wrapped in fabric or a pillowcase with a rubber band around. I hope that you have 2 pillows and maybe a soft blanket. And I hope that you have a bolster around. If you don't worry about it. Use a bunch of cushions, yeah? I'll say last time, my name is Adrienne. Welcome. I'm teaching Easy Flow Yin today, presented by AntwerpYoga Studios, where I have been teaching, I think, the last 7 years. I'm very grateful to do that. So we're going to start today sitting tall, easy sitting, whichever position you choose to sit in. Close your eyes, open your fingers, open your toes, relax your shoulders, and allow yourself to come into the space where you're in quietly, to come into the space of your body and the space of your mind, the space of your heart, and the space of your breath. You can breathe in and out through the mouth a few times. If you want to breathe out through the mouth like you're breathing out through a straw. That's a very nice way to empty out the lungs. So just take a few moments there to begin to find your breath, to welcome your breath into your lungs, breathing slowly without changing too much. Just feeling and watching where the air moves, where you can make space around your lungs to fill up your torso with air. So I suggest breathing into the belly, softening the belly, expanding the belly as you inhale, and then watching the belly move away from your shirt, the front of your shirt, toward the back of your shirt, toward your spine as you exhale. So that image of a balloon filling up and emptying out, the image of the ocean as the waves rise and fall. And you can choose an image that you like to bring yourself into your equal breath. Maybe a little bit even longer exhaling out today. Maybe that's even a little bit more relaxing. And then we can also begin to look for some space between the breaths. So space between your inhale and your exhale. You can bring one hand over your heart. Feel your heartbeat. You bring one hand over your belly. Feel your breath moving in and out. And draw your chin down slightly. Closing eyes if they're not closed already. Bringing yourself inward to yourself. Letting go of fear, anxiety, disappointment, anger, frustration, any of those non-productive feelings that maybe have crept up in the last couple of weeks. In Belgium, we're already in our 3rd week of staying at home. So see when you exhale, maybe take a deep exhale out through your mouth and let go of all those things. Let them dissolve. And as you inhale, fill up yourself with creative and productive thoughts. Not too much thinking, but this positivity of how can I use this time I have How can I use it? How can I waste it a little bit? How can I let go? How can I be kind to myself and to others? Thinking of the Patanjali Sutra about ahimsa. Relax your neck, bow your head forward, then relax your hands down onto your knees again, or in your lap. Ahimsa, non-violence, kindness to yourself and to others. Rounding forward, round your shoulders, come a little bit more forward, curling shoulders forward, rounding lower back. Take another deep breath in. Exhale out. And inhale. Slowly, slowly begin to roll up through your spine. Opening your shoulders. Opening your eyes. And I'm going to come off my knees. I'm going to take my blanket. I'm going to move sideways now so you can see. You can also move sideways if you want. I'm going to bring my sit bones onto the blanket. It's just a little bit softer. If you don't have a blanket, you can use a block or you can just be on your mat. I'm going to bring my hands behind the knees and sit up really tall and open the shoulders. I'm going to take a few breaths here, spreading out your toes, lifting the toes off the floor, pressing the balls of the feet into the floor, and then spreading the toes out again. And finding that rooting down, opening at the same time, rooting down into your sit bones, opening your shoulders, and slowly move your head a bit from side to side. Keep the breath going. So deep breaths in and out. Keep your eyes open here so you don't get dizzy. And then we're slowly going to take the hands behind your back. About 1, 2, 3 hands away from your hips. 2 or 3 hands. We're going to bring your fingertips facing toward the top of the mat, toward your toes. We're going to press into the knuckles, the fingertips, and the heel of your hand, and stretch out your arms. You can bend your elbows slightly, round your lower back, exhale out, and inhale, come forward. Exhale, bend your elbows round your spine, sink back on your sit bones, and inhale, come forward. Exhale, rounding, and inhale. Just bring your head back to center. We're not going to arch back yet. We're going to round the lower back, middle back, upper back, and inhale, come up. We're going to add the feet to that. So now as you round shape your spine, you come back, you're going to lift your toes and the balls of the feet off the floor and flex your heels. And inhale, you stretch the balls of the feet, the toes into the floor. And now we're going to look up toward the ceiling very gently with the crown of the head. Opening the shoulders. Exhale, curving tailbone back, lift your feet off the floor, pressing the heels down. And inhale, spreading out balls of the feet, toes, just a little lifting up toward the ceiling. So now when you do this, we're going to exhale, draw belly button back. So you begin to engage very consciously your abdominals. And inhale, come forward, opening the area around your shoulders. And exhale, come back. And inhale, come forward. Good. Take your hands back around your knees. Bring your knees in as close as you can, your feet together, and hug yourself. So you're curling up into a little ball. So this is the tightest personal space you can imagine. It's a bit like child's pose, but we're not lying on the knees. You know, you're going to round over and take a few breaths here. You can hold on to opposite elbows with your hands. Draw your chin into your chest. And let your head bow down. Shoulders soft. Breathe into your back. Good. We're going to slowly come up with the head. You're going to stretch arms to the side, walk your feet out again, and then start to circle your wrists around. Yeah? I'm going to twist a little bit to the right and left. I like to exhale out on the twist. And come back to center. And come back. And then you can bring your palms in front of you and maybe draw your elbows together, clasp your fingers, and do this nice little movement of the wrists. Yeah? Good. And then we're going to shake out the hands. You're going to press the heels of your hands forward, fingertips facing up toward the ceiling. We're going to do the same thing we just did. We're going to exhale, round the lower back, middle back, upper back, and flex your heels. When you inhale, you're going to stretch up, pushing forward, rounding your upper back, and you're going to look down this time. You're going to inhale, come back, flex your heels. Exhale, sorry. Inhale, come forward, push your arms forward and drop your head down. Exhale, come back. And inhale, push forward. And exhale, come back. So I'm really pushing, widening my shoulder blades apart here. So one more time, exhale, come back. And inhale, push forward. So pushing forward, we're reaching forward. We're going to turn your palms up toward the ceiling. Stretch your arms out to the side. Bring your hands behind you again with your fingers facing your toes and lift your chest up toward the ceiling. Good. I'm going to bend the elbows. We're going to come back a little bit onto the elbows. If you need a blanket under your elbows, you can take it there. We're going to draw right knee into the chest. We're going to lengthen through your spine. We're going to stretch right leg up toward the ceiling. We're going to flex the right foot. We're going to open the right leg out to the side. We're going to bring the right leg down and back into parallel. So we inhale, lift your heel toward the ceiling. You can keep your knee bent slightly if you want. Open your thigh from the hip socket. Take your leg out to the side and slowly come down. Inhale, you lift up. You exhale, turn your thigh out. Open your leg out to the side. Slowly come down. And one more time, lifting up. Keep my back of my hips on the blanket and slowly come down. Last time we inhale, come up. We're going to bend the knee. You're going to turn out your right thigh from the hip socket. Bring your right heel over your left knee so that your leg is turned out. This is a figure 4 shape. I don't know where it is. You can see that the best, yeah, from here. So you have many options here. You can either stay here. You can come up higher if you would like more stretch. If this feels uncomfortable, you can also stretch out your leg and come up like this. Yeah. And if this is also feeling uncomfortable, you can bring your foot by the side of your thigh, left thigh, or your left calf. Yeah. So you can choose. I'd like to stay here right now with my arms straight and my left knee bent. I'm going to take a few breaths here, drawing your chin down to your chest. This is an opening for your right thigh. You can also do this up against the wall, and you can also do this lying down. So many of you have done this already. Yeah, lying down, it looks like that. And you can do this with this foot up against the wall. But too many options and we get confused. Oh. So, we're going to take another deep breath here. Exhale out. And then slowly we start to stretch out the left leg. We're going to take the right leg and we're going to draw the right knee over the left knee. And if you're sitting up on a very high block, you want to put a blanket or another block underneath your left knee. Yeah? So we're coming to a half shoelace pose. And I'll show this to you on the diagonal. Yeah? I have one knee stacked on top of the other. I'm going to lift both arms out to the side. And because I have my right knee over my left knee, I'm going to bring my left elbow over my right, yeah? So I'm going to cross my elbows, wrap my forearms, bring either the palms of the hands together or the backs of the hands together, and lift the elbows up and away from my face, and then draw the elbows in toward my chest. Relax the shoulders down and come to Yadadasana, eagle arms with half eagle legs, with a shoelace, half shoelace. So we're going to stay here for many breaths. You can relax your feet now. If this is not available to you, you can bring your hands to your shoulders and hug yourself. And we're going to try to cross the elbows in any case, yeah? So stay here and breathe. Fill up your whole back with air. See if you can slide those shoulder blades down your back. And sitting very gently on those sit bones without leaning too far forward. Relaxing the back of the neck. So we're coming into a forward bend here. A lot of emotions start to fill up, coming from the heart into the back of the throat, behind your eyes, all the emotions coming up from the bottom of your pelvic floor, from your gut. Well, it's okay to feel emotional. It's okay whatever you're feeling. Just allow yourself to observe what you're feeling without getting stuck in it, as we all do. And be kind to yourself. Ahimsa. Then exhale out and slowly, slowly come up. And stretch out your arms. Roll your shoulders a few times. And then take your hands behind you. Stretch out your right leg. Shake it out. You can bring both legs together. And then we're going to come back to this sitting up with the legs in front of you. Yeah? And we're going to push the heel of the hand forward again. We're going to exhale out, round shape the spine, flex your heels, come back. This is the same thing we were doing before. Pushing forward, exhaling and rounding. Inhaling, coming forward. Exhaling and rounding. All right, I didn't pay attention to my feet there. And one more time. Good. And then we draw the feet in. We give a little hug again. And then come up. We're going to stretch the arms out. Open your palms up towards the ceiling. Take your hands behind you. Sit back. You're going to stretch out your right leg for a second. We're going to bring ourselves onto the elbows. Sorry, I forgot something. So we're going to draw left knee into your chest. Bring your right foot on the floor. Excuse me, everybody. I was thinking ahead of myself. We're going to stretch left leg out toward the ceiling. We're going to turn out the left thigh and open the left thigh out to the side and draw it down. So we inhale, come up, sitting up very tall on your elbows. Try not to sink down. Turn out your thigh, openly rotate your hip socket, and bring your leg down. Your right knee is parallel, yeah? Maybe it feels good to open your right thigh as well. You can try. But we want to feel that external rotation of the left thigh, opening of the hip, and taking the leg out. This is also a nice abdominal exercise. Okay, then we come back. We're going to bend the left knee, turn out the thigh, bring left heel over right leg. And this is where you can choose again. Maybe you want to take your foot out a little further. Maybe you want to come up on your hands for a deeper stretch. Maybe you want to stretch this leg out, come forward, bring foot here, foot here. You can choose. I'm going to stay on my hands with my left heel over my right and drawing my right leg in. And that's where I feel this stretch the most. So, working into the side of your hip. And we're not only moving into the muscle tissue, but we're also giving a bit of time to open up your connective tissue, your myofascial tissue. So you might feel a difference between right side and left. Maybe one hip feels tighter than the other. We spend a lot of time standing around, waiting. So we're waiting online now at a lovely social distance apart from each other. What do you do when you're waiting online? Do you sit into one hip, or can you take that time to see how you're standing, to see how you're breathing when you're outside wearing your mask? Okay. So one more breath here. And then slowly, slowly bend your elbows. You're going to stretch out your right leg. You're going to cross your left knee over your right knee and lift your arms again. So we're back into half shoelace. And now because the left knee is on top, we're going to bring the right elbow on top to balance it out. Cross, inhale, lift up, and exhale, Dharmadasana, eagle arms, half shoelace legs. If it's available to you, you can also come to full shoelace, which means that you would tuck your left foot back as your right. You can do that as well. Sorry, I didn't say that. We move the hands further away from the face. That gives a little bit more opening in the upper back. We're holding a lot of tension in the neck these days. I know I am. So it feels very, very good to work the shoulders. Take a few more deep breaths in and out there. Give yourself time. Give yourself some space. Space around your breath. Space around your body. Space in between your thoughts. Relax the back of the neck. Every exhale, you sink a little bit lower. Let the body get heavy. Heavy in your pelvis, drawing you backwards. Heavy in your head, drawing you forward. Slowly exhaling out and slowly coming up, lifting your elbows, stretching your arms out, shaking out your hands, shaking out your mouth, and then bringing your hands behind you, stretch out both legs in front of you, shake out your legs, and come onto your knees. So you can take your blanket, maybe open it up a little bit wider, or a towel. Bring your knees onto the blanket or towel, tuck your toes under, bringing your pinky toe under as well, spread out all your toes. Hands on your knees. If you're uncomfortable on your sitting with your hips to your heels, big flexion, you can also come up and stand on your knees. So we're going to roll the shoulders a few times here. And then roll the shoulders the other way. This is to distract you from the feeling in your feet. And then give a little massage to the middle of your feet with your hands. Hopefully your feet are clean. And then shake out your hand. Good. We're going to roll shoulders back, lift arms, look up, bring your fingers together, take your hands behind your back of your neck, and open your elbows out to the side. And slowly, slowly come up off your heels and stretch out your toes. We're going to exhale, twist a little bit to the right. Inhale back to center. Exhale, a little twist to the left. Inhale back to center. Exhale to the right. Inhale to center. Exhale to the left. Inhale to center. Stretch both arms. Reach with your hands. Reaching away toward the ceiling. Flex into the heels of your hands. Take your arms by your side. Draw yourself forward again. Fingers again. Clasp. Make that nice little wrist movement. Shake out your wrists. And you can bring yourself onto hands and knees. If you have 2 blocks and you'd like to bring them to the top of the mat, or your 2 books, position yourself over your blocks, shoulders over your wrists, or a little bit further back if you have wrist issues, knees underneath your hips. And you can draw your inner thighs a little closer together so that you begin to feel the midline of your body. Close your eyes for a minute and imagine up from the bottom of your pelvic floor, moving in toward your spine, in front of your spine, in front of the spine of your neck, and through the crown of your head, midline of your body. Take a few deep breaths here. See if you can press your hands down into the floor so that you can lift your body up away from the floor. Slowly, slowly imagine the space in between your thighs, your knees, your lower legs, and your big toe. There's also the midline going downward. So midline, and we're moving in toward the midline of the body. Right and left sides, front and back sides. Yeah, the front of your ribs moving backwards toward that midline. So all 4 directions of the body moving toward the center. Slowly exhale out and curl your tailbone under. Round your lower back, your middle back, your upper back. Tuck your toes under again and press back into the balls of the feet. Take your weight off your wrists. Shake out your right hand. Shake out your left hand. Then pressing hands into the floor, roll your shoulders a few times, bending your elbows. With shoulders relaxed away from your ears, press your hands into the block and slowly lift your head and look up. Move your head over to the right side. Exhale out. Bring your head back into center and move over to the left side. Bring your head back. Bring your elbows to the floor. Lift your toes off the floor and shake them out. Okay? Make little circles with your feet behind you. And then slowly chin into the chest, press into your hands, come up onto hands and knees. Small circle for the lower back. Don't worry about the technique of this. It's only movement. You have a body. You like to move it, move it. I won't start singing, I promise. But I have the image in my head of those little animals in that movie. What was it, Madagascar? You like to move it, move it. You like to move. Oh, I said I wasn't going to do that. Okay, slowly go the other way. You can use your head and your shoulders. Okay, so shake out wrists again. And tucking toes under, we're going to lift the hips a tiny bit off towards the ceiling. Lift the knees off. And we're going to take those blocks and walk them back over your blanket. Yeah? And we're going to stack up the 2 blocks on top of each other and bend your knees. And now you can take your blanket to the side. So you can stack up your blocks one on top of the other. These are very light blocks, you see. Or you can bring one block up a little higher, even higher if you need it. Yeah? We're going to see if we can stretch the toes forward toward the front of the mat.
Stretch your fingers toward the front of the mat. We're going to inhale, bringing weight over hands and feet. So you feel the weight between your hands and your feet very equally. Now, draw your lower belly in toward your lower back. Feel your sit bones reaching back behind you. Sit bone, yeah? And then draw the bottom of the pelvic floor. Lengthen through your spine, open your shoulders, draw your chin slightly, and take a few minutes to move back and forth in your feet from your toes to your heels, rocking gently. And you can bend your knees if you want, tiny, tiny bit. And then slowly, slowly, keeping your legs pretty straight, relax your elbows in toward each other and bring your head down. And then inhale, slowly come up again. And exhale, draw your elbows in, open your shoulders, slowly come down. Inhale, slowly come up. And exhale, slowly come down. And we're coming up also to get some oxygen and blood into the head. Yeah? We're going to turn the feet out a tiny little bit so the toes are going out to the side. We're going to bend the knees, draw the elbows in, and round over. Exhale, inhaling, coming up. Exhale, draw your elbows toward each other. Inhaling, coming up. Exhaling, rounding over. Good. Inhale, come up, bring your feet back to parallel. Take one block and bring it in between your calves. Take other block and bring it in between your palms. We're going to bend the knees. You can do this also without a block, obviously. We're going to bend the knees and start to roll through the spine. Slowly, slowly come up. And your feet are about hip width apart because they're a block apart. And I'm going to move. There we are. Yeah. So I'm going to try to find my alignment. Sometimes alignment is a dirty word in yoga these days. But I believe that it's a good idea to bring your knees right over the middle of your ankles as you bend your knees. And that's using the adductor muscles. Yeah, so you're going to have your arms right above your head. You're going to lift shoulders up. Exhale, bend your knees, bend your elbows. And when you bend your elbows, you bring the block right above your head. Don't hit yourself in the head with it. Yeah? Inhale, stretch up, and exhale, bend. And inhale, stretch up, and exhale, bend. And inhale, stretch your arms straight up, exhale, bend. Good. Slowly, slowly, you're going to come down again. You're going to bring your two blocks now. You could be facing sideways. You're going to bring the blocks down and roll up through your spine, open your shoulders, and shake out. So do come, if you need to rearrange your computer or your phone, do come to the middle of your mat facing the long way of the mat, sideways. Yeah? We're just going to shake out hands and feet. Shake out mouth. Shake out hips. You notice that I'm not using music. It's also so that you can hear me better. I haven't dealt with the Spotify getting rights, whatever, so just the music of your breath. Yeah? So bring your feet a little bit further apart. Bring your hands to your hip bones. We're going to slowly start circling the pelvis, just the way you did on the floor. So you can exhale out as you bring your hips forward and inhale as you bring your hips back. Keep a slight bend in your knees. You can open your feet if you want again. Or keep them parallel. Oh, everybody likes this one? People are giving lots of hearts for this. Yeah, just move the hips around. And then see if you can start to bring that movement into the rest of your body. So I know a lot of people have been posting dancing in the kitchen. I always dance in the kitchen. I dance in the kitchen, the living room, the bathroom, the bedroom. Okay, then take your arms and start to move your arms around.
And, you know, I can't see you. I don't know who you're with right now. Just move your arms around. You can twist a little bit from side to side, just to let go a little bit. And get a little softer in the body, like you're tired of holding all this tension and all this worry. And then start to shift your weight from one leg to the other. Just very simple. It's kind of swinging. Yeah, and then slowly, slowly you're going to bring yourself back into center. Yeah, I'm just going to do one thing sideways for a minute. I'm going to do a little wave in the upper body as well. So I'm rounding my upper back. If I go slowly, I'm rounding my upper back, hands on my thighs, rolling the shoulders. And if I were looking straight ahead, which is nice, it looks like that. And then you can start to pick up your legs. So you're still breathing, your conscious breath, pick up your legs, lift your knees. And then now we're going to lift knee, shake out leg, lift knee, shake out leg. And we come back into the center. So have your feet a little wider than your hips apart. Turn your toes out just a little bit. And bend your knees now. So we just did this moving the pelvis around. Take a look at your knees, make sure they're going over the middle of your feet. Maybe draw your feet a little closer in toward each other. So midline of the body, yeah? Coming from up in the sky, bottom of pelvic floor, and also in between, yeah, the legs. You still have that midline, the pelvis, the bottom of the pelvic floor going straight down. Then open your arms. You still feel the midline, and then you move off the midline. Yeah? But you find your balance. So where does that balance come from? Your core right here. Belly moving in and backwards, bottom of the pelvic floor, rib cage soft, the torso, the center. Oh, should we? No. Okay, so stretch out your arms. Inhale and stretch your legs. And exhale and bend your knees. You're going to turn the palms out and inhale, stretch up, reaching your arms toward the ceiling. Exhale, bend your knees and come down. Inhale and come up. And exhale. So you're really pushing energy outward, yeah? Taking up all that space, backs of the hands together, and then pressing down. And one more coming up. And exhale, pressing down. Good. Stretch your legs from side to side. And then come back in the center. You can bring your feet parallel. Keep your arms open. Open the shoulders and bring your arms down by your side. So, we're going to do something that I've inherited from our dear teacher, Magnus Ringberg. It's called 2 hot teacups. Many of you know this. If you don't, here we go. Magnus, I hope I do this justice. You're going to bring your palms up toward the ceiling, as if you had 2 teacups in each hand, with very beautiful tea that you don't want to spill. Yeah? You're going to stand up very tall on your legs. You can do this when sitting also, or kneeling, but today let's stand up. So toes are facing forward right now. You're going to root down into your feet, stretch your legs. You're going to inhale and reach your arms up. Palms are still up toward the ceiling. You're going to cross your hands over your head and then dive forward with your hands. So your palms are still up. You're going to reach forward and bend your knees. You take your arms all the way behind you. Bend your elbows. Bring your hands underneath you. And then stretch your legs and stretch out. We're going to do it really slowly. So we're going to inhale, lift your arms up, cross your hands above your head. Exhale, bend your knees, reaching as far forward as you can. Keep those palms up, take your arms behind you. And then bend your elbows, bring your hands underneath you, and stretch your arms out again. Keep breathing. Inhale, lift up.
Exhale. You can look down. Inhale as you bring your hands underneath you. And exhale, stretch out. Inhale, lift arms up. Cross your hands, keep palms up. Exhale, dive forward. Take your arms back behind you. Bring your hands underneath you. Inhaling, stretch out, and exhale. One more time. Inhale, come up. Look up. Exhale, bend your knees, reaching forward. Take your arms back behind you. Inhale, bend elbows, hands underneath you, and inhale. Exhale, you stretch out again, and then you can shake out. Good. Shake out your legs. And then we're going to go the other way. Other way. What is the other way? We inhale and center. We exhale, bend the knees. Take the arms back behind you. Inhale. This is the hard part. You're going to stretch your arms out in front of you. Keep your palms up. Stretch your legs. Palms above your head and open your arms out to the side. Inhale, standing up tall, stand on your feet. Exhale, bend your elbows, hands underneath you, reaching out. Inhale, you want to bring your arms way out in front of you. Your shoulders are turned in. Your palms are up to the ceiling, very uncomfortable. Stretch your palms up toward the ceiling without losing the T. Yeah, inhale, center. Exhale, reaching back, reach back. You turn your shoulders in, you spread your arms out to the side, palms are up. And then you bring palms one on top of each other, look up and stretch out. Inhale, center. Exhale, reaching back. Inhale, reaching forward, stretch your legs. Arms above your head and open to the side. One more time. Inhale, center. Exhale, going back. Inhale, coming up. Open your shoulders and shake out. Roll your shoulders, shake out legs. And bring your feet together under your hips. Good. We're going to bring hands to the hips again. We stretch both legs out, about 4 hands apart, a little wider than hips. We're going to turn the right toes to the top of the mat and the left toes slightly in. We're going to bend the right knee and stretch the right leg and flex your heel. Spread out the ball of the feet, the toe. Bend your knee right over the middle of your foot and stretching as you bend. You see that my knee is going a little forward of my foot, so I'm going to walk my toes a little bit more forward. So I have a kind of a 90-degree angle here. I don't want to go too far over, and I don't want to lift the heel, yeah? So I feel both hips evenly in the middle of both legs. I'm trying not to sink into one hip or to the other. Also, want to try not to curl under or arch too far back, yeah? So this is a warrior 2 position with the legs. Yeah, hip bones in the same line. You draw your heel underneath you, you open the thighs, and spread out your arms down. So this time you're going to bring palms up toward the ceiling. You inhale, stretch the legs, and exhale, come down. You inhale, stretch your leg, and exhale, come down. Now you're going to take left hand to your left hip, your right arm's out. Here we go. We're going to inhale and stretch your arm above your head. You're going to reach all the way out, all the way out. Take your arm behind you, curl it under, and stretch out. So it's the same thing with one hand. Inhale, this time we're going to stretch the leg as you come forward. Reaching forward, bend your knee, take your arm back. If you're getting confused, we go even slower. Inhale, stretch your leg, palm up toward the ceiling, stretch your arm, reach away from your right leg. Reaching forward, keep your palm up, you turn your shoulder in. And reach all the way over your right leg and scoop your right hand underneath you. Stretch out your arm and come back. Lifting up, inhaling. It's the same arm we just did. Only you're doing it on one side and you're coming through warrior two. So take it slow. Are you guys okay out there? I know you can't touch your computers to let me know. I hope you're okay out there and you're enjoying this. Now, I know that Magnus also does this with a block on his hand. But I'm so afraid that I'm going to drop my block because they're very light. And if you feel like you don't have the exact movement of what I'm doing, please don't worry about it. Just stretch your body and enjoy yourself. We're going through warrior two. Oh. Deep breathing. Really reach out, take as much space as you can, all the space. Let it get even a little bigger, even a little bigger, even a little bigger. You can tell me all later what this made you feel. I hope you do. And come back to center. So before we do the other side, yeah, take a little forward bend. You're going to bring hands onto the hips, toes a little facing each other. Inhale, stand up really tall, and exhale, come forward. And if you want, you take your two blocks and stack them up, one on top of each other, however high, and bring your hands on the block. Bring your weight forward, inhale, lift up, exhale, bend your elbows, relax your head down. Ha! 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 Let go. Ooh. Lot of emotions. Oceans of emotions. And slowly, slowly come up. Bend your knees from side to side. So maybe you've been looking through a lot of old photographs lately, you had time to clean out your computer, clean out all those boxes of photographs. Maybe make a little collage for yourself in a spot, either on the table or on your computer screen, of the places that you love. I have pictures of the ocean now on my desktop. Okay, you can take your blocks away now. Walk your hands up to your thighs and stretch up. Walk your hands up over your knees and stretch up and slowly come back. Those were shins, by the way, and these are hips. Good, so now we're going to turn the left toes toward the back of the mat and turn your right toes slightly in. You're going to bend your left knee, bring your heel underneath your knee, so it's not turning, your knee's not turning in, but turning out. Thighs are turned out. And you maybe want to walk your toes a little more forward, so when you bend your knee, you keep your heel on the floor, you make that nice 90-degree angle and drop the hip down. So if you feel this is like bad girl from Brooklyn stance, and you want to bring more evenness and balance, yeah? Sorry for the men out there. So you're going to stretch your leg and bend again as you exhale. And also you can turn your back toes in a little bit. They don't have to go exactly toward the back of the mat, toward the side of the mat. Yeah, they can go in a little bit. And then we're going to stretch both arms, palms up. So go a few times again, bending and stretching your leg with a big, wide shape. Take as much space as you can. You know, so when you go to the supermarket, when you need to go, and you stand like this, nobody should be around you anywhere. Yeah? This is how close as they get. Okay, so we're going to bring right hand to the hip now.
We're going to try to do the same movement with the left. So we inhale in the center. We exhale, bring your left elbow underneath you. Stretch your arm back. Take your arm above your head. Oh, I messed up already. Reach, grab, and coming forward. Oh, I think I did this wrong. Oh, help, I'm going to start again. So draw your elbow underneath you. Bend elbow, draw hand underneath you. There we go. Reaching out, open your shoulder, stretching back, and slowly come forward. Bend your knee, stretching back out, reaching over your head. It's kind of like a lasso, and then coming forward. Good, I'm really messing up now. Bend your knee, reaching out, open your shoulder, come back to center, bend your knee, reaching back, stretching out, open your shoulder, and come back again. One more time. Knee bent, stretch way back, stretch your leg. Reach way back behind you, bend your knee, and come back to center. Good, and then stretch out your arms. Does anybody want to do that again? Good, I can't see. So hands on your hips, you're going to heel toe your feet together again. And then shake out your legs. It's a nice wide stance. And we're going to come to stand up tall, right in the center of the mat. If you don't want to face the computer, you can face away and just listen. So look down at your toes, spread out your toes. Bring all the balls of your feet onto the floor and lift your toes off the floor. Press into your inner heel and outer heel. Relax your arms by your side. Press your big toe down and pick it up. Press your pinky toe down and lift it up. And then big toe and pinky toe into the floor. Other three toes in the air. Lift your toes and spread them out again. Bring your hands to your hips. Open your shoulders. Feeling that midline of your body. From down to up, from up to down. Yeah, soften your tailbone down, draw your pubic bone up, yeah? So that we feel very much over the whole foot, lifting the arch. We're not arching back, we're not pressing the ribs forward, we're standing tall, yeah? Okay. Bring your hands into your heart, yeah? Really draw your thumb and your side of your hand into your breastplate, into your sternum. Standing tall on both feet, both legs. Long back of the neck. We're going to come up on the ball of the right foot. We're going to come up on the toe, big toe of your right foot. You're going to lift your right knee slightly off, and lift your right foot off the floor. You're going to stay in parallel position, really standing tall on your left leg. From your hip socket, turn your right thigh out. Bring your right foot to your right calf. Try not to sink into the left hip. Really stand tall. This is another thing you can do while you're waiting online. Take a deep breath in. Exhale out. Slowly lift your arms above your head. Yeah, shoulders soft. You can also separate your hands if the shoulders come up. Take another breath here. Good. Bring your hands back down. Bring your knee back to parallel. Lift your knee up again. Flex your heel and circle your foot. And then bring your foot back down. Doing the same thing on the other side. On the ball of the left foot, the big toe of the left foot. Lift your left knee up. Turn out your left thigh. Bring your foot to your calf. Standing up tall without sinking into the right hip. Pressing your hands together. Open your shoulders. Press your arms up toward the ceiling. Keep your concentration. So focus in the eyes means focus in the mind. Focus on your breath. Focus in your soul. And then slowly, slowly bring your hands back down, lift your knee up, flex your heels, circle your foot, circle foot. And then go back down the way you came, big toe, ball the foot, heel, and relax your legs. Good. I see that it is almost time. So I'd like to slowly melt down to the floor. I'm melting. I'm melting. I am melting. Come and melt down to the floor with me. So here we go. If you have bolster or 2 blocks or blankets, you can make yourself a little construction. Now I have an ideal construction because I have a bolster. We're going to lie down in Supta Baddha Konasana, bringing your hips to the edges of your cushions or your blankets, rolling down through your spine. You can use 2 blocks, 2 books underneath your hips. Stretch your arms to the side, lifting your heart toward the ceiling, breathing into your lungs. If legs don't feel good, you can stretch out the legs to the ends of the mat. You can also bring your feet together, your feet to the outside of the mat, knees together in constructive rest pose. If you do not have all that nice equipment, let's say you only had 2 books, you place 1 book flat, other book a little higher. You bring the middle of your back below your shoulder blades, and make sure that you support the back of your neck, so you're not lifting the chin up toward the ceiling and shortening the neck, and you can come here. You can also do this pose without any blocks. We take a few moments of rest here, so you stay down, take a rest. Soften your breath, soften your eyes, close your eyes, relax your mouth, separate your upper teeth from lower teeth, let your tongue hang heavy in your mouth. Softly, shallow breath now, without telling yourself what to do, letting yourself be, letting yourself relax into the floor, letting yourself be quiet, kind to yourself, and all the thoughts you have of taking care of the entire world, you're going to try to let go. Taking care of all your neighbors, all your family. You will take care of them. They will take care of you. But you also, very important, to give yourself a bit of rest. Take some time for yourself. Let yourself be. Okay, we're slowly going to come out of Supta Baddha Konasana. If you have your legs open, you're going to bring the feet onto the floor from whatever position you are, knees up toward the ceiling. Draw your knees and your legs into your chest and round your lower back. Take a few small circles for the lower back. Circle the other way. Take a deep, big sigh. And then walking your feet down. Come to your Shavasana. Opening your palms up toward the ceiling. Maybe give a little wiggle, a little shake. Maybe take a little moment to tense up the whole body. Inhaling and exhaling, letting go.
And then take these moments of Shavasana. Take this bit of rest, lying down with your eyes closed, body sinking heavy into the floor. And bring yourself to a quiet place where you can relax, eyes closed. Mind open, heart open, breath open and quiet. Slowly, slowly bring yourself back. Draw your knees into your chest. Roll over to your right side. Unless you're pregnant, and then you should roll over to your left side. Use your hands to help you come to a comfortable seated position. And with your eyes closed, bowing your head forward, one hand over your heart, one hand over your belly. Feel your breath, feel your heartbeat. Take a deeper breath out. Inhale fully. Exhale out. Inhale fully. Exhale out. Take one more breath here. If you'd like to join me for the sound of Om 3 times. Going to inhale. Namaste. Thank you all very much. Stay well, stay healthy, stay at home, and I hope to see you soon. Love you all. Love you.